Hey YouTube, Bro here. The title of this video is pretty much going to say it all. The video itself is just going to elaborate on it. But the subject is cheating, cheaters, so on and so forth. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up isn't from me being cheated on or anything like that, although I have been cheated on in the past. I'm not in a relationship right now, haven't been in one for a few years, so but it's kind of a culmination of things. I actually have to take care of my dad, and one of his favorite shows is Cheaters, and also one of my buddies recently just got cheated on. Now, I'm one of those people, I kind of have a more of a traditional view of relationships, you know, and the fact that when you're with someone, when you're in a committed relationship, you don't go out and fuck other people. Pretty standard, simple, cut and dry. But a lot of people nowadays are having a real problem with that, on both sides of the aisle, men and women alike. And it doesn't matter what your preference is. Like, if you're a woman that likes women, you know, cheating's a thing. If you're a man that likes men, cheating's a thing. And heterosexuals, again, cheating's a thing. Now, I want to talk about how cheaters react to getting caught. Very often I see cheaters reacting by trying to place the blame on someone else, trying to keep the blame from being on them. So they, for some odd reason, think that they don't have to feel bad about what they did. Well, here's the thing. If you're one of those people that's cheated in the past, more than likely you're a piece of shit. Now, that doesn't mean that in every other aspect of life you can't be a good person. It just means as far as relationships are concerned, you're fucking worthless. And again, male or female, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you like your crotch touching or anything like that. I don't care. This is a universal statement from me. There are a few situations where I can kind of understand the cheater side. You know, like, let's say, you know, a couple's been married for a long time and the woman has just not been going for sex. You know, just the guy consistently tries, just gets shot down over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's been like a year or 2 years since they've had sex, and it's not showing any signs of that pattern breaking. I can understand the guy going out. Again, if a guy's being a selfish lover and not worrying about her satisfying herself, basically saying, oh, well, that's up to you, I got mine, fuck off. Well, then I can kind of see the woman going out and cheating. That's to a degree. Now, if the guy's putting in the effort and you're not communicating, or you're not even letting him know, if you're pretending that he's the best thing in bed and he's really shit at it to try to preserve his ego, well, you cheating shows that you don't give a fuck about his ego. So your excuse kind of falls flat. And ladies, just because a guy blows a load does not mean that he was satisfied. Let's get that out there right the fuck now. I'm speaking as a guy. I've been in a relationship where the woman I was with, you know, we would go ahead, we'd have sex, but it was more going through the motions than anything else. There was almost no passion in it. It was just more of me feeling like I was obligated to do so. It was me practicing what I preach. But the thing is, I was actually never really satisfied. And no, I've never cheated. Had the opportunity multiple times, regretting not cheating in a few situations. But I do not accept the whole, well, they weren't taking care of my needs, when you're the one turning down sex. No. That's a big problem, and it's something that I've seen happening over and over. And another thing that I'm seeing that it absolutely disgusts me is women expecting guys to be loyal to them, yet be completely okay with the woman going out and sleeping with other guys. No, you should never expect that. You can have the discussion. If the guy says, fuck no, take it as a fuck no. Don't sit there and try to push it and push it and push it and push it, because all you're going to do is drive the guy to go out and cheat preemptively, because he knows that you're either already cheating or you're going to. And you can't fault him at that point. Now the thing is guys, the same goes for you. Don't expect your woman to be faithful to you while you're going out and fucking everything that moves. Like I said in previous videos, and you'll see this as a constant thing, equality. That means the same treatment. So guys, you may not like me on this, but if you're expecting a woman to go against her biological prerogative, you need to go up against yours. Another big excuse that I hear, and this one really pisses me off, probably more than any of the others, and that was, I was drunk, I didn't know what I was doing. No. You chose to fucking drink. Now, if they roofied you and raped you, then that's a different situation. And you notice that I'm saying if they roofied you. If you go out and you're drinking at a bar, you see another person and go, hey, that would be fun, and you agree to go and sleep with them, that isn't rape. That is you making a really piss poor decision while intoxicated. But why were you intoxicated in the first place? Oh, because you chose to do so. That means you have to go ahead and suffer the consequences. It's the same thing as with drinking and driving. If you go out, get drunk, and then drive, and you get arrested, you can't sit there and say, well, I didn't know what I was doing, I was too drunk. No, that doesn't work. And a lot of people are like, well, the thing is they're putting other people in danger. Well, you're putting your partner in danger because you don't know if that other person has some deadly disease that you could go ahead and contract and then bring home to your partner. So don't even. And that doesn't matter if protection's worn and all that. Shit can still go wrong. So, save the excuses. I'm not going to hear it. But the problem is with the whole me understanding, you know, the cheaters where their partner's just not taking care of business, right? At that point, you leave your partner. Now, for guys, that's a much harder thing to do. The reason why? Because of the pure and simple fact that you are now putting yourself at high financial risk. If you're married, you're committing financial suicide. So now it comes down to which is more important, your finances or your happiness. And that's a shitty situation for guys to be in because women don't have that situation 9 out of 10 times. And I'm not throwing that number out there lightly. Go ahead and do the research. But yeah. Then also you get the extra shit of when a kid's involved. Oh, dude. That is a really shitty situation. One that I've lived through. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's really rough on the kid. It's not fair to the kid. So if you have a kid with your partner and you end up going out and cheating and fucking the whole thing up, and then start seeing, you know, the kid having to go through a lot of bullshit in their life, just remember, you're the one who caused that. You are solely responsible. It's not your partner. Your partner leaving, they did the right thing. They fucking left. Because anyone who's not going to be loyal to their partner doesn't deserve a partner. However, that child does deserve both parents. And I see a lot of women go out, cheat, you know, sleep around with multiple other guys, and then get mad when the guy who's supposedly the parent of that child decides, hey, I want a DNA test, because if you're cheating on me now, what makes me think that you weren't cheating before? How do I know that this kid isn't mine? You know, how am I going to be sure of that? Why should I pay for someone else's fun? And that's very valid. Is it fair to the kid? No, it's not. But you know what? It's also not fair to the guy. That's kind of like having a situation where a woman can go into a restaurant, you know, order some super expensive shit, and then turn around and walk out, and then they just look at some random guy and go, hey, we saw you walk in at relatively the same time as this person, so you have to pay their bill, or you get arrested. It's the same fucking thing. It's not fair to these guys. And these guys that are going around fucking other guys' wives, getting them pregnant, need to be held accountable. Because the thing is a lot of these guys that are doing this, they're able to do it because they've got, you know, their sports car, they've got all this really nice shit, they've got all the time in the world to go work out, you know, keep themselves in shape, while the rest of us are out working, actually supporting ourselves and supporting our partners, and now having to support a child that isn't even ours. That is a big fucking problem. Now, my child is mine. I guarantee it. With the way that with the facial expressions that my daughter has, the mannerisms that she has, just her natural personality, that kid's mine. I don't even need a DNA test. Pretty fucking sure here. But the fact of the matter is, there are some guys that have legitimate concerns. And the thing is if a guy asks for a DNA test, he's looked at as a piece of shit regardless of the result. If the result comes back positive, people overlook the fact that, hey, he had a legitimate concern. They're just pissed off that he didn't believe the woman. They think he was just trying to get out of responsibility, which in some cases, all right, yeah, the guy was, you know, last Hail Mary ditch effort. All right, fine. But a lot of guys don't want to be funding raising another guy's kid. Fair enough. Figure it this way. Whoever's watching this video, right now, just think about it. What if you had to pay for someone else's sports car? You never got to drive it? Right? You know, you get to, at best, look at it. Right? But if that person gets into an accident, you're held responsible as though you were driving. The bill's late, guess what? You're the one that goes to jail. That's not okay. Funding someone else's fun involuntarily is never okay. Especially when that same motherfucker comes in and burns down your fucking house. While flipping you the bird. And then pissing out the last little bit of fire. But I see so many cheaters trying to sit there and say, oh, it won't happen again. How many people have you said that to in the past? I think that's a very valid question, because the thing is, at that point, if your answer is ever more than only right now, then you have a pattern. And that means no one should trust you. You should be alone for the rest of your life. No one should ever commit to you. And again, doesn't matter if you're male or female there. But the thing is the punishment for cheating is so much higher for men than it is for women that it's not even funny. Guy cheats on a woman, the woman sits there and decides to cut off his dick. Everyone points and laughs and go, ah, he deserved it. Guy walks in to a woman in his fucking house that he fucking paid for, that he had before she was even fucking around. Walks in to his bedroom and sees her fucking some other guy on their marital bed. In front of pictures of their kids, so on and so forth. He isn't allowed to fucking beat the living shit out of the other guy and that bitch? Are you fucking kidding me? But a woman can go ahead and just cut off a guy's dick for even suspecting it, and then people say the guy fucking deserved it? Honestly, fuck society on that. Screw this shit. You want equality? Let's fucking get equality going. I am more than happy to have equality up and running. So either we have it where it's perfectly fine if you discover that your partner is cheating on you, that you go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to them, or you're not allowed to do shit other than leave them. Those are the options. And I know that that sounds extremely draconian, but I don't even give a fuck at this point, because the fact of the matter is, there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for a double standard here. And to keep people from having that double standard, you have to have those absolute laws. The absolute guideline. Not sit there and leave it up to the discretion of the fucking judge. Because we've already seen that judges are more willing to let a woman off scot-free than a man. Or with a much lesser penalty. For even a more severe crime than what a guy would commit. Last time I checked, I haven't heard of a guy going to court and having people defend him for cutting off a woman's clit because he found out that she was cheating on him. I don't ever see anyone laughing at that, other than people who are laughing because of the sheer stupidity of the people who are laughing at the guy getting his dick cut off, now being disgusted by that same action being taken against a woman. That's the only laughing I ever fucking see about it. Either that or people who legitimately hate women just because they're women. There are people out there like that. I'm not one of them. Anyone who's known me for any amount of time knows that I am not like that. But they know that I am more than willing to call out women when they're sitting there and bitching about having privilege. When they are bitching about having it easier for them because of them being women. And not bitching that, hey, this shouldn't be like this. You know, you should be holding me more to account. No, no, no. It's, well, I deserve this because whatever reason. They usually quote some statistic that was taken back in the 1800s that isn't anywhere remotely close to true today. Or they quote some law that hasn't been on the books for decades. And then when you bring up current modern day laws that completely counter that, they say it's mansplaining. You know what? Fuck this shit. How about this? Guys, don't get into relationships. Don't commit to a fucking relationship. Period. End of story. Have it well known that if another woman comes up and wants to suck your dick, you're gonna drop your fucking pants. Because the thing is that's what women expect for you to be okay with them. They expect you to just stand there and take it. Fuck that. It's time to fight back. Your partner goes out and cheats on you, leave them in the dust. Don't move in with a woman because you're going to get hit with common law. That means you can be forced into a legal marriage against your consent without you even knowing it. You can get hit by that by surprise in the court, not even knowing that it fucking happened. You don't even have to be made known. Do not do it. If a girl sits there and says, hey, let's move in together, say, no, let's move into apartments next to each other. Or how about this? There's a guest home, you live there, I live here. That's your legal residence. You can sleep in my room as much as you want, but that is your legal residence. You have to protect yourselves, guys. And ladies, you have to protect yourselves from the piles of shit, too. Here's the thing. If there's a guy that says he's biding his time, waiting for his band to really kick off, to really hit it big, don't expect a winner. But the thing is ladies go after that hard, you know. Oh, he plays an instrument. That means he's got to be so fucking deep. Yeah, no. The only depth that he cares about is how deep into your pussy he can get. That's the only depth he fucking cares about. He cares about what he wants and only what he wants. You think you're so fucking special that all of a sudden he's going to care about you? No. The thing is at that point you're one of like 7 women that are riding his dick. He's got one for every fucking day of the week. You're just probably his go-to when the others are busy. Sorry about that. Saw the neighbor needed to talk to them about something. But just remember, all these things that I'm saying is coming from someone who has been described by a lot of fucking people. The vast majority of people that I've interacted with as a hopeless romantic in the past. The fact of the matter is a lot of people, you know, expect, you know, this type of situation that the media loves to present, you know, in movies and so on and so forth. Oh, you know, this person cheated, but then when they see how hard the other person tries, they suddenly change. No. That isn't how it fucking works. They see that that person's trying so fucking hard, so they sit there and go, oh, I got this person wrapped around my little finger. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And it just gets worse. How about we stop glorifying cheating? How about we stop glorifying going out and fucking everything that fucking moves? How about that? How about we actually start glorifying people that can actually show that fucking commitment? I love the fact that the biggest complaint that I heard of when I was growing up is guys don't want to commit. Guys don't want to commit. Guys are afraid of commitment. Guys this, guys that. You know what? The vast majority of cheating I'm seeing nowadays is from women. So let's see now. Guys are afraid of commitment, yet they're the ones getting their hearts broken. Guys refuse to commit, but the thing is husbands tend to be the ones to get cheated on, not the wives. Guys just want to fuck everything that moves. Yet we've got a massive fucking push for cuckolding. It's almost like the narrative isn't reflective of reality. Now, the fact of the matter is cheating's always bad, regardless of gender, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of color of skin, regardless of economic background. It doesn't fucking matter. Cheating is absolutely abhorrent. But the fact of the matter is, we don't hold cheating to the same level between all these things. So let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. We need to decide, is cheating bad or is cheating acceptable? Write what you think down in the comments. And no one jump each other about it. But the thing is depending on what your comment is, go ahead, make your argument for it. And I don't care what your argument is. You can say because the magical spaghetti monster told you so, as it whispered it into your ear in the middle of the night. I don't care. Just go ahead and make your argument. Make your fucking case. Don't just say, I agree. Say why you agree. What have you personally experienced in this? What have you seen other people experience? What has your life taught you about this? Because like I've said before in videos, I'm just some random fuck on YouTube making videos. I am not an expert in anything. I am no one of consequence. Not until you make me someone of consequence. Which, at that point, well, thank you. I appreciate it. But if you think that I'm just some random yahoo that's off his fucking rocker, go ahead and prove it. Make your argument. But don't expect me to not reply. And like I said, I treat everyone the same. And as you can tell by the nature of this video, I'm not afraid to call you out as a fucking moron. And you can go ahead, you can call me a moron, and you can go ahead and quote different statistics and all that. But if I go ahead and look up those statistics, and they are greatly flawed, I'll go ahead and take you to the mat on it. And I'm going to go ahead and say, everyone point and laugh at this fucking jackass. Who doesn't even know how to study. I just wish that everyone could go ahead and get onto the same page. I don't care what page we get onto, just everyone get on the same fucking page. I'm so tired of us always being divided on every last thing, including as to whether or not it's okay for someone to have an issue with someone that they're with going out and fucking other people behind their back. When will the stupidity stop?